Yeah, this happened, and this is just sad. Like, oof. Big oof. Big oof. How's it going, guys? What you just saw there was... It wasn't too bad. The death in the Labyrinth after Azar died is losing the Voltaxic Rift uh, bow that's there that could be used to convert Voltaxic Burst into full chaos damage, opening up an entire different like build um, paradigm for it. Uh, so it sucked losing that more than anything else. It took me 5 attempts to kill to make it through the lab. That was painful, but oh, the reward on completing the lab was huge. I was originally going to get opportunistic. I was reading this 25% more damage while there's at least at most one rare unique enemy nearby. 20% reduced damage taken while there are at least two. So crazy stuff, I take less damage, and like single boss fights, I do more damage. I'm thinking, okay, that's good. But I had misread this. This says you do more damage with hits and ailments against enemies that are on low life, and 2 leagues ago, I think now, the low life threshold changed from 35% to 50%. So enemies on half life or less, I do 15% more damage. So, okay, that's great. But the big part is 100% more critical strike chance against enemies on full life and on low life. And I thought this was increased critical strike chance, but it is more critical strike chance. So that means my critical strike chance doubles against enemies on half or lower health. And oh, did that make a difference? That's huge. Like, I'll show you once I throw this map in. As far as passive tree updates, I just flipped this crit chance into crit multi here, and I have 2 points here in Purity of Flesh that eventually will be dropped once I can get to Herbalism, I think. That, or I go the route of getting Throat Seeker, and I also grabbed Intensity, which gives +1 to maximum intensity. So that matters because now that I've gotten a Tabula, and I did not get it from the gambling, I've gotten 4,000 ribbons from the gamble. No Tabula. I farm the div cards and T1 channel maps to get this. So what I did here is I socketed in Inspiration, which is huge for the 6-link because it reduces the mana cost by a lot. So 45 mana without these, like it costs 40 mana. So it went up 5 mana to go from a 4-link to a 6-link because I'm using Inspiration. And then I threw in Intensify. Intensify gives me 48% increased AoE at level 19. And I deal more area damage with hits per intensity and less area of effect per intensity. And each time I cast, I gain 1 intensity, and I lose that when I'm moving. So what it does is like, okay, I have my big AoE now, but if I keep casting in the same spot, I'm now up to 4 intensity, and now it shrinks, but I'm doing 4 times 14% more damage. Like 56, I think, 56% more damage at 4 intensity. And then it wears off, and then if I'm just like moving and like removing the intensity, I keep the AoE, and the AoE like affects my explosions and stuff as well. So gear upgrades. I just changed into these gloves. I wanted to get other gloves. But I went with these boots because of 30% movement speed, and I needed cold and lightning res, and every like good piece of gear that I had from what I picked up, like, everything had fire res, like absolutely everything. So this was my shot at cold res, and the 30 strength allowed me to remove this might node, and that's when I swapped Doomcast sides. Here. So like I filled all of my quad tabs, all 8 of these, with just everything I picked up. I just YOLO'd, went, didn't upgrade anything. I was hoping for a good wand, didn't get it. We'll look at that stuff later, but the big point of that is I got 400 alterations left after crafting flasks. So I finally have flasks set up to that I like. I got my Catalyst Eternal Life Flask finally that I could go Beastcraft Corrupting Blood immunity or removal on. And then for like I was thinking about the Diamond Flask, but like I'm not having crit chance issues. I think I'd rather the life regen from the Consecrated Ground and the extra damage, and then get the immunity to poison, which is what I really wanted. And I could technically be going for the charge generation on crit. That might end up being better. Then I might be able to get flasks up and like boss fights and such. But I'm happy to finally have a 4th usable flask here. And then I also have curse removal now. My quartz flask, I dropped the cast speed on the suffix there. So let's throw this map in, and this is the first yellow map I've actually run. I've actually been running all of my master missions as they've came. Done 2 temples, I've done a lot of delve, and yeah, this is going to be just as easy as everything else was. Do not do that. I swapped Arcane Surge onto my Steel Skin as well. I felt like I'd get more uptime on it because I'm not using Cold Snap super often. And yeah, we spawned Drox. But yeah, things are just like falling over. And like, yeah, my wand is still pretty bad by my standards, and so is the shield. I mean, the shield's solid. It's got cast speed and spell damage. But yeah, it's like, okay, we're gonna go do right to your map now, and with influence, and we just cruise through things. I don't want to say that I'm not enjoying doing these expeditions. It's just I'm a little frustrated with them, I'll say. When I was playing in Trade League on my Cold Dot build, there was one thing that I could not do. I was immune to cold damage. Everything else, whatever, I'm fine with it. But on this build, if enemies can block spells, have a chance to block spells, have a chance to dodge spells, immune to lightning damage, immune to chaos damage, immune to curses sucks, enemies cannot be hit by critical strikes, that's 6 of these things that I have to avoid. Like, in Trade League, I was just, like, running up to these and just spamming down stuff wherever. And now I have to, like... I actually have to be careful where I'm placing things, because half of these remnants, I can't actually, like, do the things that's there. Because, like, I'm not trying to spend all this time to, like, min-max these. And this is the hardest, like, stuff that I'm having to deal with, generally. And what was also making me want to, like, go into opportunistic on the Ascendancy was to make these just a little bit easier. But even still, it's just like, these things just kind of blow up. And you can use white mobs to shotgun rare mobs if you have enough of them close together. I noticed this with Izaro. I had the portals in there, and if I could lure him into the enemies that were coming out of the portals, I could use those enemies to deal extra damage to Izaro. It was really cool. I don't know how useful that is in a boss where there's not going to be a potential for ads. Um, because like the worm flask, those things don't have much life, so that wouldn't affect much. Alright, this is a double boss fight. We're just gonna die, I guess. Cool beans. We'll run it back. But yeah, like things were not going as smoothly as this map was, like until I got through the Uber Lab and got uh, ambush and assassinate. And like what I'm doing right here is like one of the biggest like pluses for shield charge instead of flame dash. All right, let's actually like get in here and damn. Got the fortify. Yikes, so scary. Oh, not a headhunter. This, I'll come get the rest of the stuff later. But yeah, that's what I've had going on. Do this stuff, and then we'll go through this cool stuff I got to show off. I've died 65 times on this character to this point. Atlas, I've gotten 4 Watchstones. I only put 3 in. I have 1 in Glinic Cairns and 2 in Lex Proxima. Tomorrow I'll kind of go over my Atlas passive strategy once I have all of them unlocked and can walk all the way through it. But I'm going 1 in Glinic Cairns because I'm going to be able to get to Tamper Proof. And Corrupted Strongboxes can give me Corrupted 6 links, which could be an upgrade for the chest, as well as being a source for Divine Orbs. So that's why I'm going with there first. So what else do I got here? I upgraded gloves. Helm Enchant from Lab. I was offered Steel Skin, grants additional physical damage reduction. I was offered Creeping Frost, Area of Effect, and Explosive Arrow Duration. So since I was already using Steel Skin, it given me 12% additional physical damage reduction when I have 5 because of the boots. No, not because of the boots. The boots are only kicking it up from 4 to 5. Oh no, okay. So I'm at 4% because of my 1 endurance charge, and this is giving me 1 because I'm getting the armor cut in half. But Steel Skin pumps me up to 17. And that's up about 50% of the time. Like 40% of the time. The extra physical damage reduction. Which is pretty nice. So yeah, I tried to craft once. I used whatever good essences I had. I used my metallic fossils. I got 2 that were close. 2 close ones. And I spent the chaos to craft the spell damage on it to see. But this one has the implicit cast speed, but it doesn't quite have the spell damage to top it off. I'm sitting at 79,000 full tip DPS, 76. And this one has lightning damage as extra chaos, but it doesn't have flat lightning, and it has double cast speed. And also, like, just at 76 about. So both these ones were close, but not quite. So, show and tell stuff for today. I got 2 ward pieces that I could craft. So I'm going to throw those in here. Essentially, ward stuff is defense, just like ES. So harvest crafting these should be fairly simple. We try to get some ward thing going. I got 2 incursion life chests. These will like receive any harvest 5 or 6 link that I get probably. And then I got this massive ES helmet. I didn't want to give up what I have on my helmet currently, but this is pretty nuts. 2 open suffixes on there, massive evasion, This will get used by some character at some point, and next time I run lab, it might get a helmet enchant. I got this fractured attack speed, Dragonbone Rapier. I'm saved that. Jagged Fossils could craft this up if needed. And I got this jeweled foil that came with attack speed and percent fizz and hybrid fizz. I crafted flat fizz on it. This is 323 physical DPS currently. It's only worth like 3 or 4 chaos in Trade League, but in SSF, like that's a great like starter fizz sword. And then I also got a Hunter Quiver. Hunter Quiver can give you Chaos Dot multi, which can be absurdly huge for any Chaos Dot build. So don't need any of this stuff anymore. I'm gonna dump that in one of those. What else we got in here? I got a pair of Facebreakers, 765. Pretty solid. I've never played a Facebreaker build ever. But I have a decent pair, and I got a Primordial Harmony. I've also never played a Golem build. Yesterday I found the boots for a Totem build. Today I got a Kikazaru, which the reduced effective curse on you, stacked with the Soul Mantle and cursing yourself when you cast a Totem. Getting 2 Kikazarus are really nice. The Self-Flagellation, damage per curse on you is also really nice as well. So I've got some Totem stuff there. I got 2 Frostbite on hit rings. I got another 20% Steel Skin and a 20% Melee Splash. And I got a 23% Arc. Now, this isn't worth me showing off because I want this for using it. But what I do want, since I'm playing an SSF, I want to save this. It's a corrupted gem with 23% quality. In Harvest, it's fairly common to get these gem harvest crafts that can turn a corrupted gem into GCPs based on the quality. So saving these quality gems could be huge for getting GCPs later on. And we'll set those in there. And what else we got? I got a Void I'll turn in. And then I found an 8 passive lightning damage cluster jewel. I found a Harvest. I slapped it with the very first like double lightning chaos. Like lightning, more chance for roll lightning mods. Hit 3 notables on it right off the bat. All of them seem pretty useful actually. Critical strikes, knockback shocked enemies, crit chance, lightning damage, lowering stun threshold on enemies, chance of double stun duration, chance for blind. Like, I'd have to do some POBing and get some other jewels to go with this, but this looks super juicy. I gotta say, with how my tree is currently, I don't know where that goes in, because I feel like it's pretty efficient where I've gone with everything. So yeah, like it's possible that I get some cluster jewels worked in at some point in the future. Let's turn this Void in. Headhunter, no. Bloodthirsty Eternal Sword. Let's see if this is anything worth keeping. Ooh, and attack speed. Grant multi. I still don't care. Anything else I need to mention for today? Yes. Restoration. So, I realized that the quality on restoration support was an additional 10% less skill effect duration. That's another 10 gem levels worth of skill effect modification or duration modification on this. So that was huge. I had a bunch of quality gems. I turned them all in and I qualified this all the way up. So that just makes this easier for me to like not have any of these charged up, and just like, okay, there's an enemy. It's just a little bit faster. Really nice. I don't know if there's any other ways to lower my skill effect duration. This will hit 20, it'll be 60% less. Maybe I think I could corrupt it and maybe get it higher, but corrupting it for +1 level or quality, like I might try and double corrupt this gem. And the only other thing I have here is I've got 2 empty gem sockets. I'm not sure what I want to do with, so I'm going to throw that off to you. If you have any suggestions for what I should put in these other 2 gem sockets, let me know. I've had a couple thoughts, but I want to see what you guys are thinking. And that's going to be all for me for today. Gonna actually start pushing through the Atlas and getting things going tomorrow. And yeah, like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna walk through all of my Atlas passive strategy for SSF. So, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.